I'm Jordyn Jagolinzer-Machado, Miss Massachusetts Teen USA 2012, and you're watching Pageant Professors.
When did you start competing in pageants?
I started competing in pageants when I was a little girl. My mom actually did some work with Heather French, who was Miss America, and I found that I was really just drawn to the USA system when I was watching it. I loved the glamour and the enthusiasm that each girl brought, and there was something about Miss Teen USA that always caught my eye, and I think that the girls that won Miss Teen USA were just what I envisioned myself to be as a teenager, and I remember being little and looking up at the big kids and being like, oh, I want to be like that. So Miss Teen USA definitely stuck out to me, and it's been my dream ever since I was little, and I'm so happy to be competing this summer for the title.
We loved your evening gown.
Thank you.
Who designed it? And just tell us a little bit more about it.
It was Giovanni. It was a funny story, actually. I had been searching for my gown forever, ever since I was first runner-up the year before. I knew I wanted to compete again, so I would search for my gowns, and I actually had one friend from Virginia fly one in that she wore, and it was crazy. And 2 weeks before the pageant, I still had no gown, and I was like, what am I going to do? And I was on Amazon, and strangely enough, a gown came up in the corner of the computer screen, and I was like, oh my goodness. I fell in love with it. I took a risk ordering it online, but it was my Giovanni winning gown, mermaid style, completely beaded. I absolutely loved it, and it worked out perfectly.
Now, one of the things we remembered about you at your pageant was your onstage question. You were so eloquent, and your body language was just like screaming confidence. What is your key to maintaining your cool on stage?
I think that the fact that I have always been a really confident young woman helped me really just be able to say what I wanted to say in my onstage question well. And the fact that I'm confident in myself, I'm really focused on my schoolwork. I've always been focused on being the best me that I can be. So when I go on stage, I really just want to show the audience that that's who I am. I want to show my confidence, and therefore I think that my confidence came through in my onstage question. So I think that if you focus and you work hard and you believe in yourself, then you're going to be able to really just say what you want to say and be confident in your onstage question.
Now, were there any stressful moments during pageant weekends?
Oh, there were stressful moments. I actually had my toenails. They fell off. I'm a volleyball player, and I was so nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, the swimsuit shoes are like sandals, and my evening wear shoes are like see-through, and I was just flipping out. I had no idea what to do. So I went to get my nails done, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I have no toenails. And they're like, oh, it's okay. We can put fake ones on. So I had fake toenails on my nails, and my mom was like, the entire weekend, she was like, oh, I bet you're gonna win if one of them falls off and flicks a judge in the eye. And I'm like, yeah, definitely. And I was just nervous all weekend in swimsuit, but I ended up not flicking anyone with a toenail, so that was great.
That's hilarious. What is one pageant item you cannot live without?
Ooh, definitely anything that involves hair. I mean, my curling iron, hairspray is probably the biggest thing. I mean, without hairspray, my hair is so baby fine that it just falls and it doesn't even hold anything. So hairspray just makes sure that that's just stiff. And even if it only moves a little, there's a lot that hairspray can do. It gives that appearance of those curls holding naturally, even when they are and they're stiff, really hard from the hairspray. But hairspray is probably the biggest thing, and of course the curling iron that gives you the curls. But the curls are nothing without the hairspray.
Very true. What do you think has been the most challenging part of preparing for Miss Teen USA?
Right now, the gown was the easy part. Right now it's definitely swimsuit. The hardest thing for me is I love my food and I love eating what I want to eat. And so preparing for Miss Teen USA, your body has to be in the best shape. And although I'm very happy with my body image right now, I do have to tone up a little bit just so I look good on stage. So that means cutting out maybe the cupcakes I would want to eat or the cookies I would want to eat. But I don't deprive myself, and I do eat little things here and there to keep me going. But at my stage in preparation right now, swimsuit is probably the most difficult thing.
What do you think is the biggest misconception about pageant girls?
I think that a lot of people who watch pageants and who see pageant girls think that, we're just pretty and we just walk on stage and we want to win this title, when there's really something, I think, for all of us, from every pageant girl that I've met, there's something underneath the reason why we compete. And, we have a voice that we want to bring out into the community, and we have organizations that we really want to work with, and community service that we really want to do, and this title enables us to do that. And it also gives us an opportunity, at least least from my perspective, I want to go into a career of broadcast journalism, possibly public relations, and the USA system is perfect for that. It really lets you kind of stick your foot in the door and go on that path and guides you if you win. And even I won a scholarship to the New York Film Academy, which has a broadcast journalism degree. So I think that there's always something behind the meaning of what we do instead of what people think, oh, we're just pretty girls and we go on stage and that's what we do.
Now, you've been volunteering since a young age. How do you make time, and why is it so important to you?
Ever since I was a little girl, my mom always, and not just my mom, my entire family, really instilled in me the belief that, you know, there are people, no matter what you're going through, there are people who have it harder than you and a harder time. And I knew that, so whether it was, you know, helping out a family member, I had family members who had breast cancer and multiple sclerosis, and my grandmother received a heart transplant, so I became closely involved with organizations that worked with them and that really benefited them. And then I just fell in love with helping people and knowing that I could help people. And so from that, I became involved with a lot of different organizations, other ones that I fell in love with. And there are still organizations that I want to work with that I haven't had the chance to yet. Things that benefit eating disorders, I haven't really had a chance to work with that, so that's something that I want to do. But I just knew it was important, and I knew it's important to give back to the community. And for me, it went from family members to helping everybody else.
Your platform focuses on helping teens face peer pressure, bullying, and violence. What is your advice to those teens that are struggling with these issues?
I think that the key to these issues is confidence. I think that without confidence, you're not going to be able to say no in a situation that you feel like you're being peer pressured. And if you're in an abusive relationship, you're not going to be able to really get out of it. And if you're being bullied, you need to make sure you have the confidence to stick up for yourself, and go to an adult and really talk about it. And so I think that something we haven't focused on yet in terms of society helping our youth is building up today's teenagers' confidence, and that's how they're going to get out of it. So my best advice is to really just focus on yourself and do the best that you can in your extracurricular activities and in your schoolwork. Try to surround yourself with good friends in a strong environment to really make sure that you are focusing on yourself and your confidence, and I think that's where you're going to be able to get out of those situations.
You said that you might want to be an entertainment reporter one day. What title holder, current or former, would you want to interview, and why?
Probably Maria Menounos is my favorite. She was Miss Massachusetts Teen USA in 1995, and today she has been on Access Hollywood and E! Entertainment and the Today Show, and she is just this wonderful, wonderful role model. She's written a book, too, and she just does everything that I see myself doing in the future. So I would love to know how she used her title to really get into that career and just be able to speak with her about what she's done.
Now, in 5 years, we pick up a Massachusetts newspaper and see your name in the headline. What do you think it says?
Well, I'm hoping that it says that I won Miss Teen USA and that I've gone from there and I'm living my dream and I'm, becoming this entertainment reporter, and I've graduated the college of my choice. So right now there are a couple of universities that I'm looking at, and I'd be happy with either of them. And hopefully I will have just done what I see myself doing. Winning Miss Teen USA is top of my list right now, and then going to college, of course, and becoming that entertainment reporter like we talked about.
Awesome. Do you have any hidden talents?
Hidden talents? Well, I mean, if you've ever seen Miss Congeniality, I have one hidden talent, and I don't know if it counts as a hidden talent, but I can play the water glasses, the wine glass. I can put the water in the cup and twirl my finger around and make beautiful music, even though sometimes my mom doesn't think it's that beautiful, but it's okay. Who needs her opinion anyway, right? But that's probably my hidden talent. I've also wanted to always be. I'm not a very good singer. I think that one day I can train my voice to be a good singer, but I've always wanted to be like Hannah Montana and live a double life and be a really cool pop star and then just be a regular girl. So I'm a regular girl, but if I could reach that level of pop star and dye my hair blonde, but it's not really blonde, keep my brown hair and get a blonde wig, then I would live that as a hidden talent too. But I gotta get the talent first before I can hide it, right?
Hilarious. Is there anything else you want to add?
I just want to say thank you. I mean, I really don't think I would be here today without my supporters, and Pageant Professors is definitely one of them. My Twitter followers, my Facebook fans, and of course my mom and my entire family that keep me grounded and humbled, and my friends that just keep me motivated and who support me all the way. I've been so lucky to have the support that I have, so thank you to everybody that's ever supported me.
So to everyone that wants to know a little bit more about you, how can they find you on Twitter? Do you have a Facebook account, etc.?
Well, my Twitter is twitter.com/realmissmassteen. MA, not mass, but real, Miss M18, and you can follow my reign there. I try to tweet as much as I can, so I make sure I keep my followers updated, and you can also like my Facebook page. It's also Miss Massachusetts Teen USA, facebook.com/Miss Massachusetts Teen USA, and from those I have other things like blogs. You can keep up with me there, so just go to those, go to one of those, pick your choice. The links to the other things are there. There's so many social networks. I myself get confused, but that's how my followers can keep up with me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thank you so much.
Did you know that there are some really common mistakes that girls make during the evening gown portion of their competition? Click on the link in the description below and you'll be taken to our website for a free 30-minute long training course. By the end of it, you'll learn how to avoid these common mistakes and master the evening gown portion of your competition today.